Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, in this video, in an effort to help people, that struggle with addiction, people that struggle with their sexuality, I'm going to talk about those things today. I'm going to talk about the LGBTQ community. I know I get those letters wrong sometimes, so don't call me out on that. And I'm going to talk about my recovery, and I'm going to kind of equate the two too. So I hope nobody has a problem with that, especially YouTube and my monetization. But I got to say what I got to say, like I said, and there's a reason I'm saying this, because some people want this all hidden. They're more comfortable in their own little world when these things aren't mentioned. All right, you'll see what I'm saying in a second. Okay. This all came to light when I came across an article, several articles. Well, there's the one on Fox News with Tucker Carlson, where he says that he's confused. He's confused about bisexuality because Kate Brown married a man, and she claims to be bisexual. And this confused Tucker Carlson. Now, this in itself is just ridiculous. I'm not even going to talk very long about this. You know, of course, I don't even need to explain that. But there's something that he said. Now, this more than just looking ridiculous, Tucker Carlson, something he said kind of aggravated me. And the link will be down below to this article, this piece where he talked about this. And he, along with a lot of conservatives, Trump supporters, and their ilk, they always have a problem with, they say that gay people or lesbians or bisexual, like Kate Brown, that they always put it out in front. Why does she got to mention it? And then, well, Tucker Carlson in this article, he goes, Kate Brown says she's bisexual. Woohoo! And congratulations for shattering ceilings, or something. He says something along those lines. And you know, I was trying to pinpoint what it was that was ticking me off about Tucker Carlson's little show here of confusion, and that was it. Along with a whole lot of other Trump-supporting conservative Republicans. They're always complaining. They say that they don't have a problem with gay people, bisexual, any of the LGBTQ community. But what they have a problem with is that they make a big deal out of it. That if they were just quiet about it, if they didn't advertise it, if they didn't want special freedoms, and by special freedoms, I think they mean just the fact that these people talk about their sexuality, or just say what they are, like Kate Brown mentioning that she's bisexual, you know. And I think, well, my personal opinion is there's a lot of guys, especially, that are very insecure, you know, when any of this is mentioned, which brings me back to that Shakespeare quote, "Methinks thou doth protest too much," but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, here, so using empathy once again, you know, I tried to put myself in the position, you know, because there is a lot of LGBTQ community people in politics, in the arts, in acting, that come out and talk about their sexuality. So I wanted to put myself, you know, being a straight man, I wanted to put myself in their position as to, you know, what would encourage somebody to talk about it, you know, specifically. And I figured it out. I figured it out exactly. Now, just a few days ago, I had a conversation about my recovery and my previous drug addiction with a close family member. The reason we had this conversation is I had another conversation with one of Audrey's relatives, my best friend that just passed, and she was very concerned, this was Audrey's relative, that people would think that Audrey passed because she was in recovery just like me. She was concerned that people would just assume that it was from an overdose or something else. And, you know, this bothered her. In addition to her grieving, she worried about this. And it prompted me to have a conversation with my loved ones. Well, if I passed away, I told my family members just the other day, I'm very proud of this. This made me who I am today. I am a completely different person. This is what I usually say. I'm the Daryl I'm supposed to be. I'm finally the person that I'm supposed to be for the last 15 years. As of October 23rd, it will be 15 years that I've been completely 100% drug and alcohol free. Not a sip, besides for the few pills I had to take for the hip replacement. And I'm very, very proud of that. So I started to understand right there using empathy. Now I understand, because it's a struggle, because there's a large part of society that just wants this left in the closet. They're uncomfortable talking about it. And when I say this, I mean both the LGBTQ community and people in recovery. There's a lot of people out there that just, due to their own hang-ups or insecurities, they don't want to talk about it. But this has made us who we are today. I can't tell you how the struggles, the relapses, and everything I went through, the pain, I had to rebuild myself from the ground up, literally, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, rebuild myself in order to become clean and sober and who I am today. It's one of the biggest, it is the biggest, the biggest thing I am most proud of in my entire life. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it. It's who I am. Right there, I can understand why gay people, why bisexual people, why Kate Brown brought this up and mentioned that she's bisexual. Because for years, when she was younger, she was probably, ashamed, conflicted. A lot of people are to the point of suicide because they don't feel they're normal, because of people like this, like Tucker Carlson, that just want them to shut up and ignore them to not talk about it. These people, like the conservative, the Trump supporters, the Republicans, always say, "Well, I'm just fine with it." It's one of their famous lines. "I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem with gay people, but as long as they don't parade it around, I don't want to hear about it." So it's not really the gay people that have a problem. It's the people that have the hang-ups about it, and that's what's even causing more. That's what causes more pain and suffering in people like me and people, gay people and bisexual, and their effort just to be who they are and be proud of who they are and live their life like a normal person and be proud of who they want to love. On a lot of levels, they're two different things. Like I said, who I was before recovery, I'm not especially proud of, but what I overcame. And in that way, I can understand why somebody like Kate Brown or any other gay person would say, "Yes, I'm gay, and this is who I am, and I'm proud of who I am, and look what I'm doing, and look who I am today, and I'm proud of it." I can completely understand that. It's not like they're advertising. They don't want special freedoms. Just like I don't want any special freedoms for being a recovering drug addict. But this is who I am. And because of the incredible odds that I overcame, just like people that are gay and bisexual, there's a lot of people that can't handle it and end up taking their own lives because of the pressure. And when they finally accept themselves and just say, and are happy and content and proud of who they are, it's a new beginning. And I can understand that. And then we have people like Tucker Carlson, and he takes Kate Brown to task. He goes, "Woohoo, she's bisexual. Why does she got to talk about it? Why does that make her special?" It doesn't make her special. It's like somebody that's an artist, that's good at art, saying, "I'm an artist. This is what I painted." It's who I am. I'm not asking for more votes than somebody else in the next election, like I hear a lot of Republicans and Trump supporters thinking that the more money you have, the more hours you work, the more votes you should get. I'm not asking for anything like that. I'm just stating who I am and why I'm proud. And more than that, the reason I bring it up a lot is to help other people, let them know it's possible. Because I remember just being resigned to the fact that I was going to die. I was going to die in a few years or next week even. That I couldn't do it. That this is who I was going to be, just a junkie for the remaining hours or days that I had left. I went through 13 detoxes and rehabs. 13 before I succeeded. That's why I'm proud of it. That's why I talk about it, to help other people, to save other people. And in this way too, like I said, don't misunderstand. The two are very different, but there's a lot of similarities too in why we talk about it and why we're proud about it. But more than that, it's who we are, and we're not going to hide it, and we're not going to not talk about it just because it makes insecure people uncomfortable, like Tucker Carlson. All right, like I said, all the links will be down below. I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a great Saturday.